What's up, everyone? Man, it's been a while. Feels good just to press record, and what better way to jump back into this than by what is going to be a very controversial and opinionated review on a author that many people think is one of the greatest American novelists of all time. So I want to, before I start and jump into the book review, a couple things. I've been away for about a month. A couple reasons behind that, and that is I ended up starting multiple books and not really and having to like cycle through them. And usually I start a book and I'll read the one book and that's what I focus on until it's done, kind of like an OCD thing. This was like a complete ADD type thing, where I was using books almost like flipping TV channels. So um, I started a bunch of books, one of which is Factotum by Charles Bukowski, review soon to come. I'll be making that review soon. Let's see. I started the other Ken Follett book, Morning of the Evening Star. I'll post it right here. I have it downstairs where I would have held it up, just because I liked Pillars of the Earth so much. I'm currently reading Stephen King's Tommyknockers, and then I picked up. I was reading a couple poetry books too. So, and in addition to that, I have the book that we're going to be reviewing. I was reading as well, and that is going to be Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. So I know Cormac McCarthy has a cultish following of admirers similar to Stephen King. And what I want to be clear of is this is a review channel. This is my opinion on things. Like I'm always try to keep it very respectful. I respect all authors. I mean, it's art. Even art I don't necessarily understand. I always try to approach with a great respect because I know what goes into it as somebody who identifies as an artist himself. So I definitely respect the work. Um, and it's funny how when you talk any kind of negative, like the Stephen King review, the negative review I gave of Doomickey gets so much backlash to this day. It's I've been away for like a month, and I just checked the page today, and it's like the comments just pour in for it, and it's funny, but just know it's like I'm always it's just an opinion, man. So without further ado, let's get into why I really didn't like Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. Cormac McCarthy he's thought of as one of the greatest American novelists of all time. Um, I disagree. I think that Cormac McCarthy's prose it's undeniably poetic. Okay, so I will give you that. I agree with that as someone who's become head over heels in poetry lately. His prose is very poetic. He does a insanely wonderful job painting landscapes too, describing landscapes, describing violence as well. I think he's really good at. But his writing style, first of all, there's a lack of punctuation and flow and structure that makes it incredibly difficult to follow his narrative. Um, this is not unique to Blood Meridian. It's the same thing in All the Pretty Horses, was kind of the same way. And I couldn't finish that one because the structure was just not there. Again, it's the same thing in Blood Meridian. There is a lack of structure, a lack of grammatical, formal structure that makes it very hard to follow the narrative. The prose is very poetic, beautiful. I read the whole book. I had to take lots of breaks because I found it painful to read. And I found it painful to read because it's just so overwritten, overdone. It's incredibly frustrating to try to read. It's it oozes trying to be over ethereal is how it comes across. Now, I can't speak for what Cormac McCarthy was thinking when he wrote it, so maybe that was the effect he was going for. I will say that his writing has a very like stream of consciousness feeling to it is the best way I can describe it. Like it's like he's writing his stream of consciousness while trying to stay in a narrative, but it doesn't. And it causes the narrative to get lost. Characters drift in and out of the story, so you don't really get too much of a connection to them, and you kind of just feel separated and not immersed from the story because the story just pops in and out of the landscapes. So, to get what the book is, it's about a kid that goes by the name The Kid. And he's kind of like a wanderer guy, makes his way, through New Orleans, and then he ends up in Texas. And then I mean, it's even hard to describe. Like, then he ends up with a band of, I guess like ruffians or mercenaries that are collecting like Indian scalps and things like that. The book is incredibly dark. You can tell that it was that's purposely intended through the author's narrative. Purposely dark, purposely ethereal, very reflective, incredibly violent to a point where it's some some descriptions of some of the stuff that take place in the book are disturbing, and and that's good because I think what makes a good novel is um, inciting and being able to bring out emotions from your readers, be it being uncomfortable, awkward, or disturbed. You know, so I will give it that. The book, I'm not going to say the book was bad because I don't want everyone to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know literature. I don't think I do either. I don't think anybody will. I mean, there's so much to read out there. I think that would be a cop out. I will just say I don't think it was for me. And I don't think it's for a lot of readers. I'm sure we'll find out from the comments. I think if you're looking for more of a structured story, a linear narrative, a character development, if you're looking for, I don't think the characters develop much in this at all. And if they did, then it was completely lost on me because of the almost pretentious prose. Um, and some of the stuff, like some of the stream of consciousness stuff I was talking about, he just goes like off about stuff. It's I didn't enjoy it. I not probably I won't read another Cormac McCarthy novel. I really tried, like with all the pretty horses, and this was absolutely painstaking for me. So, but a lot of people really like it, and this book is so highly renowned that I would love to hear from those that enjoyed it, why you enjoyed it, why you enjoy Cormac McCarthy's writing, because I would love to get the other side of the story because I just don't understand how anyone could read this. I understand why editors and things like that think this is a wonderful novel, and I think it's because of the prose, and maybe they took 2 years to read it because that's probably what it would take to thoroughly digest every sentence that was in here. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's not for me. I don't think it was for a lot of people. If I had to rate the book on a 1 to 5 stars, I would give it a 2. And I give it a 2 because the prose, it was very poetic. Description's great. Landscapes were really well done, but even that, the landscapes started to seem repetitive. So I'd love to hear your feedback on why people think this is such a great novel. Yeah, so been away for a month. I'm glad to be back. This was another video where I simply, wanted to get back. I knew this one was going to ruffle some feathers and kind of stir the pot, and that's always it's fun. Um, I think that's what reading's all about. If we all like the same stuff, that's kind of boring. Um, I think it's good that I preface that it's my opinion. So like I'm not saying that it's an absolute like bad novel or good novel. Like I'll make sure to be more careful of that, like on book reviews, because yeah, that's I don't think that's the correct way to approach a book review, and I hope I haven't come across like that in other reviews, so, except for um, the Muppets in the Basement one. I'm not going to apologize for that one. That was a pile of shit. So let me know what you think on Cormac McCarthy. I was Blood Meridian. I will have some other reviews coming up soon. I'm going to do a review of a couple of cool little poetry books I picked up and what I think about that and that new venture. I also have taken a hiatus from the novel that I was 90 to 95% complete with, just completely taking a break from it. And I had another idea, so I started another novel. So now we have another one. But I've really been writing a lot of poetry, spending a lot of time reflecting on on it, reading it, just trying to be more reflective overall. I've also cut out basically all social media. I'm not scrolling on anything. I'm not really. I'm not actually. I'm checking this because I think literature and stuff's important. So I would like to pick up that conversation with everybody else. The book club with Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth was a massive fail that nobody showed up for, except one person. And if you're watching the channel, thank you for showing up that day. I really appreciate it. And it was a great book. Check out the review that I did for this one. I have the morning evening star or whatever, the prequel that's in like Viking times. And I'm about 80 pages into that one, but it feels eerily similar to this. So probably just going to leave it at this. It's actually up there. There it is right there. The evening and the morning. That's the one. It's right there. It's not downstairs. Currently reading Stephen King's Tommyknockers, and this one had a very unique flow too. This is for like quintessential Stephen King, like all over the place, subconscious thought. This has stream of consciousness thinking in it too, but it ties into the story. So if you're looking like for a comparison, that's good. I'm glad that I do these things off the cuff. Cormac McCarthy's stream of consciousness thinking and writing pulled you away from the actual story, whereas Stephen King's and Tommyknockers keeps you into the story and is actually stream of consciousness thinking of characters. A little bit of himself thrown in there, you can tell, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this one. It took a while to get going. I would say this one took about 200 pages to get going, but it's ripping and roaring now. So we'll have a review on that soon. That's it. Back feels good. I will have some more reviews coming soon. And if we want to do a book club, the best books I've ever read are recommendations. So if you have a recommendation, by all means, let me know. Because The Ferryman was the best recommendation I ever got by Justin Cronin. I thoroughly enjoyed that novel. So if there's any other recommendations out there, please throw them my way. I would like to do a book club. If you have an idea for a book club you want to do, let me know and we'll do it. Just a way to connect with some more fellow readers. Oh, and I turned 40 since the last time we met. So it's terrifying. As always, thanks for stopping by. Keep reading. Talk soon.